when MIBR were previously playing at the Major. But MIBR obviously going to be much more motivated with this current lineup, and we are about to see what they're capable of. ENCE are definitely a dab hand on Mirage, and up they'll go into the A-bomb site on this T side of theirs. Fallen will take down Aerial. Good start there for MIBR, but can they hold off the masses? Fallen did a lot of damage there. Lucas will go down towards default, so position opened up, but Fallen still doing more and more damage. My goodness, 4 kills from Fallen. The ace, of course. Fallen starts off perhaps as he means to continue. That's not bad, is it?
Well, he said he needed to have a new role in the team, and that's a good start in round number 1. All the kills. All the team are happy with that. It's still early days here for MIBR. Early days for a number of teams here in Moscow, but that is the start they wanted in this particular round for sure. I am very interested as to how his role will develop. Will he have some kind of Chris J-esque transformation as Chris J turned into a very notable rifler? I think the best example is on likes of Train on the T side, for example, as far as Chris J is concerned. So I do wonder if we'll see a similar thing from Fallen as well. We see the cleanup in this round. KNG has been taken out, but 1 loss is expected and accepted, I would say, in a lot of these rounds. Ali jumps up, gets slammed down, and it's 2-0 for MIBR.
Which celebrity are you going to Twitter spam today, James?
I have no plans. I came in with no plans for Twitter spam today.
Okay. Alrighty. So, good start here for MIBR. You know, all things as expected after that first round, and we'll be quickly moving into the buy for with ENCE on those AK-47s. No appearance from a Krieg just yet. So they'll go straight for a very fast play towards the A-bomb side here. Delayed incendiary to slow things down. Kianji there in Palace with an AWP, no less. It'll be quite a sketchy position when the push comes in. But if he can get this kill, no, he turns his back just at the wrong moment. Ooh, Kianji's stuck in a bad spot there. X7 will take down Lucas on the bomb site too. So MIBR, they've completely lost this A-bomb side. I don't think they have any chance of retaking this one.
Yeah, they are very out of position. Only 2 players remaining. You can see Fur making his way towards T-Ram. But I guess he was trying to move into position perhaps to do some damage or take a weapon away since he had the MP9. Didn't work out for him though. So it'll be an early round on the board for ENCE. Still a dangerous team though. We still don't know what to expect from them post LXCB. Extremely early days. Haven't seen anything much just yet, but Alu seems to be in good spirits. A wry smile there as they close out the round of all 5 players alive.
Indeed, not a bad start at all. First gun round converting, but of course there was a bunch of guns saved there for MIBR, and they were going for that bonus rounds. They didn't invest really all that much except the AWP, so it's sad to lose that. And you know, Kianji was in an interesting position. Of course, he had pressure on him to try and help his teammate on the bomb side, which was Lucas, playing around default. But it's a hard decision to make, and unfortunately for him this time it was the incorrect one in the grand scheme of things. But into the next round we'll see that they're able to muster another AWP onto Kianji, so that's pretty critical. We'll have to see what he can do with it. Different setup here. A crossfire, not bad. Sandwich is occupied by Lucas. He'll go down. Sergey in the Palace position. Now Fur, he's had to keep himself alive. It looks like they have to back off. Fallen pressing the issue through the smoke towards bench. They know ENCE are weak. They know they can keep them, they can force them back, and that's exactly what they've done.
We saw these brute force plays from ENCE yesterday as well with mixed results. Extremely fast round from them towards the A-bomb site. You can see KNG's moved into a forward position, so he's got a rotation towards B apartments covered as well as top mid. The rest of his team can play containment. You can see KNG on the X-ray there. Now, generally speaking, when a T side just falls back and slows things down, it forces the CTs to spread out across both sides. But again, KNG's got into a good position in time. So MIBR feel confident that ENCE are contained within this area, be it ramp and palace. ENCE continue to wait 40 seconds on the clock. But again, it's going to be raw peaks. Taco maybe in a bait position. This is actually brittle for MIBR on the A-bomb site. You can see Furs in the red, 14 HP with the better gun, close range, and Taco's further away with the MP9. So the bait switch has to work for them.
Sunny trying to edge his way onto a peak, desperately hoping that somebody might step too far, and Kianji could be so deadly. And oh my god, almost. It's going to be Ali though to take down Fur. Now, Taco will be able to take down one as well. So leaving it all on the shoulders of Sunny as he pushes forwards. The time is against him as Kianji will edge his way forward. And that's going to be it for Sunny. And MIBR will pick up round number 3. And it's limited success there. And you can definitely credit the change of setup on the A-bomb site for MIBR. You can see this crossfire. Although Lucas goes down pretty quickly, the incendiary came in the nick of time there. I believe that was from Fallen. So great work from Fallen. Drops that incendiary, prevents Sergey from pushing forwards, then takes the fight towards the ramp position, which gives the assistance to Fur that was required. So really nice defense there on that A-bomb site. Ali goes out quickly though, finds himself fragment to falling. Taco on the AWP. Nice flick shot from him. And we'll see Taco looking to get a little bit more, but they don't have to press things too far. 4 versus 4 now. ENCE reacting quickly with the B push through the apartments. X7 spotting one. The spray works out. That's pretty clean, all things considered.
Yeah, once again, MIBR don't really have great position. Taco trying to get his way into the market area. Now, he has an angle. Again, if you get here early enough and you know the T's haven't crossed the bench, it's really important for the retake. Of course, that is not the case on this occasion, and you can see on the radar that the other players of MIBR, the remaining players, are not going to pursue this one. They'll have to give it up. Hold on to what they have. Again, very expensive on the CT side to buy, and it's not much money for MIBR. They can't afford to lose any more of these weapons for hiding in plain sight, as is his style. Another successful round for ENCE, and what's interesting about these fast plays is it'll make MIBR nervous to try and hold on to utility. Let's say a Molotov for a ramp if they hear and execute late on when ENCE change the pace. That Molotov might not be there because of these shock and awe plays from ENCE where they will try to bundle in. It's like North T side on fast forward, some of these rounds, where they're just trying to bundle and abuse all the numbers of their players.
That's a great play from Taco. Oh man. Oh dear. A bit back and forth here between these teams. But you gotta feel like somebody's gonna give in eventually. MIBR on their last legs, money-wise. And you could ENCE just there, they are continually going with this very fast approach. And it's a 4-player stack towards the A-bomb site early from MIBR. So you can see that MIBR reading this kind of approach, and there goes the flashbang to try to get some info for Lucas. Not able to go too deep though. They know that there can still be players lurking around that position were ENCE to be setting up a set piece of some description. If Lucas was to move any further forward, his legs would be visible. There's a reactive smoke. What are they going to do now? That's difficult to play against.
Lucas just delaying. That's a great response because it takes all the utility away from ENCE, and they continue to throw flashbangs and such through that smoke. So ENCE's initial plan has been limited. They've got a position in mid, however, so MIBR need to be careful. Don't know if any of these rotations have been heard. A second player going back towards B for MIBR as they go to a normal setup. Lucas got to be careful, but X7 looks away at the wrong time.
Indeed he does. Sergey takes down Kianji towards the window, and now the push comes in towards A, but Lucas in a key position. Fallen as well. Fallen needs to keep himself alive. If he can possibly have a crossfire with Lucas, that'd be excellent, but he's got too much to handle there. Ali from up high, but Lucas from down low, trying to trade out, gets the dink, but runs out of bullets. Had he had just one more, it would have been the kill, but instead, he falls, and Taco and Fur is left on them as they speed around the rotation towards that A-bomb site. Fur, oh my goodness. The bomb goes down though. That's the key element. And with Alu in the palace position with an AWP, this might be rather tough for MIBR to recover.
Fur going back towards the jungle position, having last shown presence on CT. Taco on the ramp again with the MP9. Does he jump past the angle? Alu delivering the second last kill. Got a grenade in his hand. That's the play for Taco to go forward. The pre-fire, the jumping accuracy, but Alu's ready for it. Enough warning, and the score is tied, 3-3.
So it looks like MIBR are finally being broken, and perhaps ENCE can actually gain some momentum now finally. We'll still have to see if they can deal with whatever is to come in this round for MIBR.
That's a huge frag from X7 onto KNG. Lucas running out of bullets, unable to do anything but stare at his opponent. Now, if there was a second more forward and had that peak slightly earlier, then who knows what happens, but it didn't happen. And this is the situation. It's a clean eco from MIBR. USPs, not much to offer. We've got Fallen top mid already. We'll see if there's any rotation, if they can try and use these numbers. Get a kill. Lucas taking some shots towards Palace, I believe. Oh, in fact, someone's landed a headshot onto X7, but maybe they can't follow up. Good use of HEs, actually, around these smoke grenades by ENCE. Some nice detail there, despite no one receiving them. And they've taken out 2 of the players.
Yeah, not too much danger in this round, although some damage has been done. Sunny able to control the situation, keep the danger at arm's length. I liked that previous round we saw from ENCE where because they'd already been threatening that A-bomb site pretty commonly. I think MIBR felt that we saw them actually putting 4 players towards that bomb site. Nice that Kianji gets at least 1 kill from this. I like that ENCE really threatened that A-bomb site hard. They threw the smokes out, made it look like a set piece, and they were trying to get up the A ramp, and that cleared so much space for then 2 players to kind of just run up mid, because the rotation from MIBR kind of gave up mid in the early timings, at least, making it easier for ENCE to gain access with the 2 players they had there at that particular timing. And now MIBR are really in some trouble. They will be able to find themselves on the AWP again. Ganji with that one. But he is lacking that Kevlar, and they are lacking utility overall. This is going to be a pretty rough one for MIBR. Playing a long round is going to be difficult with so few grenades.
KNG's got the best possible spawn for the window, which is interesting. See if he gets to use it, or if he goes towards B, it will be B with the second AWP on Fallen. There's no one going to the window at the beginning, actually. And there's no smoke from the T side just yet, focusing on Connector. KNG forced off his initial position. This is the alternative boost, which will allow him to peek quickly on the other side. So that is, for those of you at home, that's how you should boost onto the balcony. If you're running as a C team, you don't have the greatest spawn, you jump onto the box. Well, there's no time to talk about it because there's a 2-man push on the ramp and Sergey's going to get taken out. A collection of a weapon that will be heard by Alu, who's top mid, and we'll see how the ENCE will respond to this. All 4 players in mid for the time being.
Yeah, it's looking rather good for MIBR right now, but the positioning is certainly going to help for ENCE. Sunny pushing in from jungle, that could be problematic. Gotta be careful. I don't think he spotted Sunny. Sunny's gonna get the tap onto Lucas as he goes for the next one, but Fur's got a bullet with his name on it. What else can he do? Doesn't look like much. X7 takes him down as the A-bomb site has been conceded by MIBR, or I should say won by ENCE, and now Fallen is looking to get that AWP in play.
Alu going top mid, maybe looking for a lurker. KNG may expect him to go towards short with the second AWP, but he's looking towards jungle for the time being. The vent wasn't broken though, so we'll see how he approaches. Taco's approach is going to get taken out, and I don't know that there's that much for KNG to do. Awkward timing for Alu, that was a weird one. And maybe he tries to do something. No kit, no Kevlar. It will be time for KNG to make his exit as well.
I'm not sure whether, I think it was Ariel who said sandwich. It was really cool to see that Fallen makes the info play with the jump, to see that, okay, there's a player sandwich, tries to wallbang it, but Ariel immediately repositions. And then you can see that whoever was with Fallen dies. I think it was maybe Taco, yeah. He just dies because he goes to try to pre-fire the guy or try to aim at the guy that was last seen sandwich, but it was an immediate repositioning. But yeah, this is was quite a beautiful play from Sunny. It's nice for Fur to hold on, but it's going to do so much sometimes in such a spot. And ENCE 5-3 now on their T side, having a good time of things. ENCE have always been very strong with these, fast trade-based plays, contact plays, set pieces. They're very good at, trading out kills and moving as a team, good spacing and all that. Changing things up here, though, they'll get 3 players top middle.
What we need to see is what KNG is doing, because it's AWP and a bunch of pistols. He needs to find the frag while his team are alive. Force from the window, he will try to re-aggress towards short. No one's deep enough to boost him, which might be handy in a situation such as this. We can see ENCE starting to move forward. That boost may have caught Sunny off guard, but he's staying close to the wall for the time being. He's aware of the possibilities, as you can see on the X-ray. KNG waits, but nothing doing just yet. And ENCE needs to find out, they need to try and identify where this AWP is. No clues just yet.
Arrow will make his way further up. Kianji, as you say, James, key, so key. That Molotov will be quite annoying. There comes the play. Arrow tried to punish, but Kianji, it went a bit too deep, that molly, so Kianji will be able to get the kill and get the escape. And that's one player down.
What's important is the re-smoke off connector by the CTs as well, so ENCE can't really play off of the information. Now that information is too old. KNG could be anywhere. You would almost expect him to rotate in this situation. A slow movement into short from Sunny. Taco playing an angle. He's heard a footstep in the apartments. What's that deliberate? Sometimes it can be a bait, but it might be a clue on this occasion. Flashbang out the window. KNG fires the rifle. They know where it is now, but they're not really in position and to move anywhere else. They're huddled around this B bomb site.
Yeah, Sonny's going to be key here. Coming into the flank, he could be everything. Oh, Kianji, he's actually looking for this. And he's going to be able to get out of there. Going for the next shot. Sonny with the peek. Kianji's ready, though. Pushes into a good off angle. And now in goes Kianji again. And that's got to be it. The bomb just simply can't be planted. Taco takes down X7 with the Deagle. And that was well done by MIBR. They really managed to do a fantastic job off the back of the first kill from Kianji. And as you say, James, that smoke on connector killed so much time.
Yeah, ENCE weren't able to really make any kind of pincer movement play. And it was a slow and labored push, and maybe that's an issue they're going to have in the short term. Maybe there's some hesitation. Maybe there's some hesitation post Alexi B while they sort things out. Look at this forward play, though. Is there going to be a flashbang prefer? There will be. Catches Alu, but he's got to be careful, not going to the well too much. He doesn't have proper cover from the underpass either. You can see his hesitation there. Starts to move away. In the meantime, ENCE, they see presence in mid, and they try to exploit the B bomb site. So far, so good. This is the angle I was talking about. If KNG can hold this, and he knows that no one's made their way towards bench, it helps for the retake.
It certainly does. And, you know, of course, ENCE know this too, that no one can be posted up in this position, so they're not daring to cross it without a smoke to assist. You see, Sunny will toss a flash in there, or actually an HE. They can't quite find their way in. Nothing given by ENCE so far. Not the utility, not the men in position in time for MIBR. They'll have to abandon this one. And that's another one going to ENCE. But at the very least, 2 AWPs will be saved. 2 rifles will be saved. MIBR will be back into it on the next round with some firepower. But again, ENCE, they're so strong on these fast paces. They're really good at just getting in there and getting that position, getting that bomb down. And it's more than once now we've seen MIBR just not really with the time to adjust.
Yeah, the B-bomb site has been a good solution for ENCE in a number of these rounds. So indeed, for those of you at home, if you have like a B player in the site who gets taken out and you're in the market with an AWP or a rifle, if you hold a similar angle to that and you just know that no one's made their way towards the bench, that makes it, like, there are angles where you go into the B-bomb site, you're looking in one angle, but you're going to be exposed to another. So if you know that you don't need to check that entire bench area and that diagonal half of the bomb site itself, then that makes the retake a hell of a lot easier. You can jump out the window. You only really need to focus on the right-hand side, for example, so on and so forth. Is that a sticker on his glasses? Surely he can remove that. Maybe he wants it. Maybe it's it's like people keep the tags on the stickers on the caps and stuff.
Maybe, yeah. I was wondering that. Yeah, because I don't think normally in glasses you'd ever have something quite like that, right? That's
yeah, but maybe it's swag. You know, different regions, different cultures.
Yeah.
I want to get some more glasses. I feel like eventually I want to break these and then I'll have no glasses and that will be a problem. 2-round lead for ENCE in round number 11. Ariel making a forward play, not really messing around in the palace, not shy for footsteps either, so there could be warning here. Lucas is underneath.
Fallen though is playing tickets. He's got that secondary AWP, and now they'll go. Look at the drop coming in from Ariel, so quick! No reaction, no time to react from anyone on this A-bomb site. And that's what I'm talking about. ENCE on those contact plays, absolutely vicious.
It's the round over.
It is, again, they've won rounds like this in this fashion quite a few times now.
I felt like there were some sound cues to be had there, but you really don't know what the quality of hearing is from player to player, headsets included as well. Maybe if they heard it, it would have been different. 2 versus 3, still not in position to really do anything, but just hide in plain sight. And that's another round bites to dust as far as the MIBR are concerned. You can see Teko's little strafe there in case there was an AWP pointing his way, and Ali wasn't far away, but MIBR feel far away from these rounds at the moment.
They certainly do. That's very problematic. It always sucks when you lose rounds in this way because it's just you were not prepared. You didn't really feel like you had a chance to fight, and that is a sad shame. A money situation will allow for a full buy, of course, given what they saved. But at this point, you need to get some more rounds on the board. Ariel just jumped out of Palace like he was the first man out. The thing is that Fallen died as well immediately. It looked like just an AK strafe, but Fallen had the AWP, so I'm not sure how that went down from Fallen's perspective. Either way, early smoke to deny a fast play for ENCE. They're going to go for the A hit again. They love it.
KNG's already inside the apartments, which may allow Taco to rotate. We'll see. There's no eyes on mid, so maybe it goes towards a short position, but these re-smokes for the CTs are going to be very, very key to holding position. Nice awareness from ENCE, but they're still smoked out of the choke points. I don't know if Alu's scope has been heard. If it has, and that is 2 players on the ramp immediately, which is a big tell. If you've got 2 players towards A early, it's very telling indeed, but you can see ENCE are quietly moving away.
Yeah, slowing things down considerably as a response to the MIBR utility, and a lot of lurking going on here. It's going to be a tight one, I feel like, time-wise, as that bomb is in T-spawn right now still. 50 seconds to go. When this smoke goes, surely X7 is going to be thinking about some connector control, but it's so hard to know if there's a CT in there. He doesn't really have any teammates to flash him in, so he may just be lurking in that position. Sunny towards the B apartments as well. And here comes the play. Double peek with the AWP. Lucas not actually showing himself, but gets a perfect timing on the incendiary. And now MIBR trying to get Sunny to create noise towards B, but they're really against the time in this position. Oh, the flash comes in, but there's the trade.
Yep. These dry peaks from ENCE. The brutality continues. Taco's in such a strong position. How can Sergey possibly deal with this? 15 seconds for the bomb to get planted. Does Taco go for it? No, he's holding position. They're playing the long game. But who knows what side it was planted on. Maybe he couldn't have realistically done anything. Taco now starting to creep. Spots Ariel's got to take him out before he disappears. Has information that one is on the ramp. Sergey waits on the ladder position. Nice spray from him. We've seen frags like that from Nitro before. But it is MIBR and Taco won't be able to do it. Fallen, maybe the point of no return. Indeed it is. They all lose by elimination. ENCE are looking strong on this T side now.
Yeah, they're looking really solid. They've had so many shocking rounds, and that one was a much slower one. We were worried about the time there. You can see that Kianji waiting for that play from Sunny. Here's the running. And it's sucks to Sunny. It's hard to expect an AWP to be posted up there or hiding there, waiting for your sound cues. But that was the situation. And his teammates still did the job. Kianji trying to get a jump across, misses it. Will that benefit him? Ooh, he had a chance there. It's a big whiff though. Alu takes him down, and MIBR have gained nothing for it, and they just simply lost a bunch of positioning. Fallen showing some shoes.
Guess he's going for the AWP, taking the risks, and he might take the finished one away. Indeed he will. However, there's a player in the window now. That's Sunny. And he will make it all dark for Fallen. So this is a very fast-moving round. Taco coming out of B. Sunny looking for it. He's got the AK and he's got himself a headshot. Lucas can do nothing either. Sunny is wiping everybody out at the moment. Looking extremely dangerous in this round. 3 kills so far. Fur has a USP. Okay, he's by himself an AK. I guess he just dropped a weapon. But what can he do? ENCE are imposing their will. Round after round, and I think X7 heard that reload. If he didn't know where Fur was, he definitely does now. Smoking off the T-spawn side. It's actually first moving into a triple peek. There's Sunny. Okay, well, he's got a chance. If he gets his gun out again, maybe expecting the bomb to have gone towards the B bomb site. He didn't know how close he was.
So 9-4 is the score for ENCE, looking like a really good half here. And with the opportunity for much more, of course, as well, as money is lacking severely for MIBR. W on the half buy in this one. Yeah, Sunny looking rather lethal. Well, what is the next move here for MIBR? They did manage to make a half buy work previously, but that did have an AWP, which is a pretty big deal. And they will not have that this time. Instead, MIBR will opt to go for some flashbangs, scouts, and some deagles. So perhaps Fallen can show us some of that scout play that he's so renowned for.
Yeah, this is a tall order. Very hard task indeed. Not sure if you saw any of that elbow, but won't mean a whole lot. Looking for players to run up past that smoke grenade on short. And he might be in luck. Sunny's having a look. Won't outstay is welcome, though. 3 players around the A bomb site for ENCE. Can see for around that connector position. See what the anti-ecos are like for ENCE once they have switched out their in-game leader. Maybe this is a chance for MIBR. Arion Sunny tagged now, 55. As is Alu, and there's no frags just yet. Are you starting to get worried?
Ooh, the timing! Kianji decapitates Sunny with a deagle, and maybe this round will play out like the last one after all. We have time pressure on ENCE now as well, and they are separated. Another 1v1, oh my goodness. Fur finds himself an easy kill, an easy pickup, an upgrade of an AK-47. And there's a smoke down there towards a ramp, but ENCE have to get some position. Damage done to Alu. Oh, the coverage from Fallen is wonderful, but all the frags for MIBR. What a beautiful, how have they done this? Again, lovely stuff from them. That is quite shocking for ENCE.
Yeah, I do wonder. You have to take this with a pinch of salt. We saw this yesterday as well. The anti-eco's not really going their way. But again, when you just switched out your in-game leader and you don't really have all the time on the clock, you're probably going to have some holes in your games, and this is where you might get extra chances in rounds such as this. So that lends itself to MIBR, but we won't judge too much as far as ENCE are concerned. Sergate with a forward plate, but has to wait out the grenade. Sometimes there are double HEs, and if there are, and you're on those stairs, you're dead.
Lucas looking for the peak, maybe a double peak. It's not a bad off angle. As James mentioned before, sometimes ENCE like to go for those dry peaks, where a CT might be expecting a flashbang, could be looking away in certain spots. Looking for shadows, looking for anything. ENCE with what will eventually be, I would imagine, an A split. They have options to take the B towards the B-bomb site, but there you go, that off angle. Oh dear, okay, didn't mean to go for the jump, but at least he picks up one of the kills. Gets the information as a second player there.
He has that jump error more often than we see from other players. We had that on Inferno at the Major, if you remember. In a round-winning situation.
Oh yeah,
From
in
the
library,
yeah. So I do wonder how often he has that situation, because I've seen it twice in a matter of weeks, and that's too many times. 40 seconds on the clock for ENCE as they move to split the B bomb site. KNG waits, distracted by the short position, sees Ariel as well towards the pillar now, but Taka will take care of him. They've lost a position on balcony, but ENCE have lost all but one of their players. X7 with the bomb, trying to make his way towards the B bomb site. It is a last round, and KNG gets the last kill. 3-round lead for ENCE at half time.
Well, there it is. Lovely stuff from the likes of ENCE. Especially after yesterday, it was quite a disappointing day for them, getting just ruins by Force on Inferno. They lost 16-4 against Force. Force are looking strong though, but you know, definitely ENCE will be happier here as well. And then they got the draw against Na'Vi on Train, so they're in a really good position to do some good damage. Of course, as you guys can see, we're taking just a tiny half-time break. And then we'll be back into this one in a mere couple minutes.
X7 and Alu with 12 kills apiece, as has Fallen. Also got 12 kills. Those guys are leading at the moment. I don't know. I think it's hard to say what to expect in the second half. Because ENCE had that kind of those brute force plays. They kept things very simple. And I do wonder if that's like a short-term thing. Okay, you know, we just played our last tournament with our old in-game leader. We don't have time to really do anything deep, so let's just keep it super simple. Let's abuse our numbers. And I feel like maybe that was something they potentially decided in that previous match, where some of the pushes we saw in Inferno were very pokey-proddy and didn't really work out for them. So perhaps this is just a way to do things in the short term. But it's worked well. They've got 9 rounds moving into the pistol on the CT side. Can't complain too much. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, absolutely not. And you know, one thing I struggled with yesterday too was winning pistols. That was a really big problem for them. And of course, they lost the pistol against Fallen. He did ace them, so that's the thing. But for ENCE, you know, if they can pick up that pistol, obviously they'll be on their way to a really strong half. Although this is the beauty of Counter-Strike, is that there's this break. It's not just like switching halves in a game of football or something like that. And I'm not a professional footballer. I don't know if that really changes things all that much, but
You needed to know. Dan is not a professional footballer.
So in a game like this, it can really change massively for the chances of one of the teams, especially when you get onto that T side. You get to dictate the pace more. There's a lot more run of the map that you can have, lots more ways that you can play your buys. Your buys are cheaper than the CTs as well. Completely different game on that T side. So I'll be curious what MIBR have to work with, because again, as you say, James, we've got a situation here where Fallen has given up the primary AWP role to Kianji, except in very specific positions, and we'll see him as a secondary AWP. Kianji, we know, is going to often just be a dedicated AWPer, and he's pretty lethal on the T side of Mirage, so I'm looking forward to seeing if they'll do almost like an avant-garde type style, where they just really prioritize getting an AWP as soon as possible.
Yeah, I like the change in style, KNG being the primary sniper, but I do wonder if the team will be too focused on trying to enable the sniper, especially when you've got players like Fur, who are very capable of doing crazy things on either side of the map. Yeah, those jumps from Lucas happen all too often, I think. I think he needs to look at his setup and maybe buy a new mouse, because again, I don't see those too often from anyone these days, but I've seen them twice from him in a matter of weeks between Russia and Germany. Pistol round number 2, MIBR on the CT side now. I mean the T side, excuse me. Yeah, ignore me. Ignore me, Dan. The HUD at the top needs to switch, I think.
It does. Well, into the B bomb side, MIBR will go, and they've managed to gain position here. They should be able to get a default bomb plant, and that's what they're going for. They'll have that bomb down now. It's taken away as not too much time here for ENCE to make a move. This aerial start things off, takes down Taco. The challenge around the door of the market position will be won by the T's, but all down to Kianji now from this site position. Fallen's locked away on the B apartments. Kianji's going to defend again, gets himself a dink onto Alu. Down to 1 HP Alu. Kianji with so much work to do. He has no assistance from Fallen, and now it's going to be on Fallen coming in from the B apartments to try to find his way back in. Another tag onto Ariel's face. They're so low between Ariel and Alu, but the defuse is coming in, and Alu is going to get it before Fallen can get to him. And that's going to be the round for ENCE.
The hardest drive it. Confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, it did confuse me for a minute.
I was like, wait a minute. They just played that half. All right, that'll be sorted shortly, I'm sure.
There we go.
10 rounds for ENCE. That is a big pistol round win for them.
Yeah.
Both these teams with big changes, both could really do with a W here, but it gets a lot better for ENCE now that they've won that particular round. The Kriegs are out, however. Lucas and Taco with Kriegs. That's one way to start the celebrations. Ariel gets popped. Fur could pick that up if he heads over towards A later on, but for now he's in B apartments with a Deagle. Seems that Sergey wants in on the action. Should hit a Glock being fired and Taco will run away, so that might be a cue for Sergey to move forward, although some players do bait by doing that. Nitro, for example, actually I played a show match with him where he was in Mirage Palace and he ran away to try and bait somebody to come in. See lots of MIBR players top mid. Moving in quietly. Looking at the weaponry and the man advantage, you have to say that they're a favourites at this point. Although Fallen and Fur are naked, but the riflers are tooled up. They've got the helmets as well as the Kevlar.
And in they go. And 6-7's doing some damage. He won't be able to survive that. The trade will come in through the B apartments. And Sunny will get past that Molotov. Oh, can't get that kill onto Tarka. That was a really key one. I don't think they can really go for it at this point. Might have to cut their losses. Or do they want to double down? Alu and Sergey. Oh, okay. Looking for opportunities, finding opportunities. There's the M4 picked up as well, the upgrade for Sergey. As Alu searches for the next opponent, but MIBR have no arguments to peek ENCE. I'm not going to give them anything. So Sergey will find out the most difficult way where Fallen is. And there's the flank as well. Now Alu's boxed in. Might have to go out with a bang here. Tries to go back towards CT, but ooh, he's going to have players all over him. Manages to extract one more kill, but a great round from MIBR to turn things around immediately. And that absolutely sucks if you're ENCE. You finally win a pistol, and then you lose against the Force buy.
Yep, well, maybe they'll suffer similar struggles on a CT side to those of MIBR. A good effort from X7, but there was too much position from MIBR, you see, for a while time to push with the Desert Eagle. And those Kriegs, man, these second round Kriegs are a problem, especially on Mirage. And now ENCE find themselves the pistols. And MIBR are just a mere 3 rounds away. There is a catch-up to be had, especially with this force buy from the CT side. Tifa repositioning, trying to avoid the pre-fire from Sergey. I wonder if anyone's ever called him Sergej.
Sergej. You could be the first, James.
I could be. I'm a man of many firsts.
The Eagles could be problematic. MIBR, though, will take all the players towards this B-bomb sites. They will have safety in numbers, security in the Mandem. Moving all together. X7 spotted them. Now they must go. No idea if this is going to be a stack or not. Ooh, good damage from X7. Gets 1 and some good tagging on Fallen and Kianji as well. But his teammates are completely out of position. So there doesn't really seem to be too much that ENCE can do from this position. They need another save, so I would imagine they just hold on to all of this, and it looks like they'll do that. They have the Kevlars, they have some utility, and they have another round in which they can try to make some shenanigans happen to turn the tide in their favor.
So where that smoke was dropped onto the balcony is one of the rough positions where a CT might drop a smoke if he sees or senses a push coming towards B, to try to discourage the Ts from going towards the bench position beyond that smoke. It makes it easier for the CTs to rotate in via the door of the market position, because there is some cover from that smoke in theory. On this occasion, it was used to dance. That could have been 3 kills with the Deagle off the balcony. It could have been, but it wasn't. It was just the 1. It was just the 1, and now the score is 8-10. MIBR with more catching up to do. This round is pretty much a mirror of the previous, with 4 players surviving. It is just as dangerous. So they're still in anti-force buy territory. After which, well, it would normally be anti-eco, but 4 of the players have got cash. Well, everyone's got cash actually. What am I talking about? So it's 2 anti-force buys rather than 1, and an anti-eco. So you must be careful once again.
Pistols make their way through the palace, and Taka is there to meet them. Oh, just keeps holding down mouse 1. Not good enough this time, though. Ariel will get the trade. That's a nice upgrade as well onto the Krieg. The bomb will move towards the B apartments for now, but MIBR with a good presence in middle. So they've got to get some more information, I think, before really committing this bomb. That's beautiful. See Sunny rotating out. And at this point, the bomb can pretty much go wherever as long as there's numbers for MIBR. Is that an argument to go towards A now? Looks like it might be. The bomb going backwards, going forwards. You can see it on the mini-map there, going back towards B apartments.
Fair on 9 HP, and X7 gets this kill. That's 2 Kriegs. He won't get towards B fast enough, though. MIBR already on the site. However, 2 versus 2. Surely ENCE go for this. Yes, Ariel is low, but this is basically a free opportunity. The bombs have been planted and off they go. Got to find 1 frag quickly, though, but if they can get the high ground, which they will because no one's on the high ground for MIBR, that will make a hell of a difference.
There's no kit, though, so there's a really huge time pressure, so they may have to give up some sound cues here. Ariel, I think, stepping. Yeah, and there's the peak for Kianji. It's just simply too easy. Is that going to be an argument for X7 to go back? Now he's got no Kevlar, he's got no kit, he's got no teammates, but he's still pressing forwards. He's actually going to find the headshot onto Fulton. That's very cheeky, isn't it? Now he dodges away. And MIBR, they'll pick up the round, but they have sustained pretty heavy losses. ENCE, I think, you know, from this round, they got as much as, like, way more than you could have expected. So that's a good job to ENCE.
Yeah, such is the danger of a second force buy, if you will, or force buy situation. It was just the 1 force buy carried over from the previous round. So I don't know what spawn Taco had at the beginning of the round, but often the T would start deeper in Palace. So you would have an initial engagement at that first pillar from the CT perspective once they go into Palace. But anyway, here they are, both on the buy. MIBR with 9, just 1 behind now. 2 smokes in that short position, I think, unless I'm mistaken. A molly into the smoking connector. And Ariel has a look, but no one's over-aggressing. Fallen has the AWP in this particular round. Well, you've always got to look for the spawns of the T players with an AWP, because some, if they've got a forward spawn for mid, they'll take it towards B apartments instead and try and catch somebody making a play onto the balcony, which is what I was trying to talk about in the first half, but there was too much action happening. That's why if you're a CT, you've got to be careful jumping on that van, because if there's a forward spawn for a T, he will take you out. You can't do it for free.
Presence in middle for MIBR. That map control always important in the defaults. Give yourself as many options as possible. And Bomb makes its way up catwalk here. So this definitely looks like a B play. There's 2 players in the B apartments there, and so that's actually, I think, will be quite surprising, quite shocking. They have a bait set up because Sunny will get the jump peek, and they'll see that. Oh, hello, that's the B player. Won't expect a player to be so close in the B apartments. And X7's going to have a good angle for this. They go now. ENCE know what's going on. They've got players in position. X7's got to be careful not to overplay his position. It's so difficult to know what to do exactly. Goes for the first engagement. Follows up with a second. It is looking stellar.
X7's position wasn't expected, just as he said. Sunny around that van, just a lapse in concentration, and there's a complete shutdown on the B bomb site by ENCE. The bomb is there as well. There's 10 seconds on the clock. Nothing Fer can really do. ENCE in better positions, a bait setup turned into absolute brutality. And this is going to be really impactful to MIBR's situation. The money is very back and forth. Lucas could buy an AK with no grenades. KNG's got money for an AWP, but no Kevlar. So it's a weird situation for MIBR. But again, not expecting X7 to be in the apartments when you saw Sunny jump peeking, delivering the kills, playing off of each other very, very well. And that's really nice to see, especially with how new Sunny is to this particular squad, because the 2-man setups, especially on the CT side, are really important to nail down sooner rather than later. So the fact that they're developed enough to do that straight off the bat is really good. As we can see, the bomb's been left towards the A bomb site, and it has been a forced buy from MIBR.
Looking to find some success here in some way. Fer might find it with his lurk play, as he is going to be coaching. There's a scope. Alu overstaying his welcome. Fer with a follow-up, or at least the attempt for that. His teammates will try to make their way in on the distraction, but they'll get cut down, leaving Fer in... Oh my god, where has that come from? Taco's going to push forwards. He's opened up Fer from Connector, and that is massive. Sunny's locked out by Catwalk. We'll have to make the long run around looking for a lurk as well, and X7... That's not really all that much better of a position either. They definitely have options to go for this, considering the fact that they have a lot of utility, and they've got the kit on X7 as well, but they don't look too interested in this one. Brilliant stuff from Fer. Alu getting caught off guard in Connector was everything.
Sunny, nothing left to do but observe the kitchen. I have to say, both these teams have looked extremely dangerous with the AK-47s on the T side. We saw some great efforts from Sunny et al, and we're seeing the same from MIBR. Fer looking nasty from that connector position on this particular round, and the score is kept close. 11-10 now in favor of ENCE, perhaps only in score. Their money is now in an awkward position. See Fer almost popping Sergey immediately as well, but he's played up of his teammate really well. Big exchange. The Kriegs on the CT side are so nice. Maybe preferable to an AUG at this point. One round behind MIBR, and we have a force from ENCE. They've managed to spread the wealth. Sergey's on an MP9. More common to teams like Avangard. Not so ideal for ENCE.
Fast play from Fer up the catwalk, position straight into the second smoke there, going up on the fence, over into the window. Will they expect this? Looks like they absolutely will not. This could be the masterstroke. Fer goes for the kill immediately. Not one to be covert in this position, it seems, as he wraps around the back of CT looking for a follow-up from the CTs, and now they don't know which way to go. They're effectively split up between the B and the A bomb site. They know that Fer's cutting off rotation somewhere, but they don't know where's safe. And now MIBR looking to spring the trap, and ENCE, they're making a smart move here, James. They're putting everything into this A-ramp position together. Really smart.
Yeah, they have to. KNG is here to deliver one kill, though. Did he see Sergey? Fallen's here to trade, but he has to trade because he's got the bomb. The bomb spotted now, but maybe it's too late anyway, especially with first position. Sunny was in the ladder room, and X7 was in the market, so they had no idea, and they still don't really if Fer is outside the entrance to B or playing some funky position. There's so many different places he could be, but X7 has no choice now but to try and clear some area. But 2 versus 4, one cannot expect him to actually go for this.
Yeah, again, I mean, this is such a cool round to see. You know, that fast jump into the window position. If the CTs aren't playing a really stacked mid setup, it is kind of hard to actually defend against that sometimes. We saw, of course, you know, Renegades have a variety of setups on this map in which they go for those fast mid or fast window boost or window jump plays and get that flank in. Renegades were pretty. They would like wrapping in towards the B bomb site more often than the A side of the map, but you can see it's effective even if you just get that first instant kill and you just sit in a position, because then, like, what do the CTs do? It's just so hard to deal with you. I love that Fer goes for the instant kill there.
Boom. 11 to 11. Seems that... Well, let's see what ENCE are doing. Just looking at them on our second monitor. Okay, so they're carrying what they have from the previous round, but they're keeping the money together. So there's a big opportunity for MIBR to take the lead here on Mirage. That has felt far away the way the first half was going, but they're having such a successful T side as well that now the pressure is certainly on ENCE. MIBR delivering some grenades, Taka getting caught in the palace. That means that ENCE now have a high
Everything's fine. Sergey looking to make things happen there. In comes Sunny from the bench and leaves X7 in a 1 versus 2. That is a good spot, considering that the opponents are very weakened. They have to go for the cross. Although there is an AWP in play, which could be a good way to deal with the Krieg. And he can see the bomb as well. X7 has everything he needs in this position. Now, if the AWP was to peek into that angle, I believe that there is a favorable peek, even though it's left eye for Kianji. He will be so far away from the you know, these walls that
the angle of engagement, the corner of engagement.
Yeah, he would have an advantage on the peak, but it looks like MIBR will be smart, use the time that they have. This will, if Fer keeps running, surely at this point he might be heard. I think X7's hurt. He knows what's going on. Here comes the jump, all the sound cues, and now X7 can reposition. Oh, he's going to fake the def cam, making it look like he's jumping into connector. Will it work though? There's the peek. Oh, he just missed the timing. And there's time for Kianji to get the bomb down. And he has an AWP. He's looking good for this one.
Bomb has been planted.
How patient will X7 be? Waiting for a cross to CT. That's not going to come. KNG moving towards the ramp. He's on Tetris now. You've got to be confident to hold this position with an AWP. It's not a good one. X7 starts to creep. The trajectory tells the story. So do the sound cues. He's got a smoke grenade. Does he jiggle? Does he expect Tetris? You can see him jumping around, and he jumps to his Doom. Doom was likely with KNG on the AWP. ENCE now trailing by 1 round, but their money is together again. Let's not forget, that wasn't even a full buy, so that was a pretty dangerous one, and maybe they can capitalize on that damage in a round to come. MIBR have a 1-round advantage. We can see here it started with 2 rifles, and again, when you lose the high ground on against like a half buy, if you will, it tends to turn into a mess.
Yeah, it does. I say the money was together for ENCE. They'll change the approach, they'll sacrifice utility. They have double AWPs. Big investment, really has to work out. That's for sure. Although ENCE have a sizable loss bonus. ENCE have only picked up 2 rounds in this half so far. The pistol round and the 5th round. That is not great.
There's a fast rotation into short to be had by ENCE. I do wonder what impact that will have in this round. MIBR now moving out, but I think it's to line up smoke grenades for the B bomb side. You can see the remainder of the team are in forward positions, which is always important. You don't want your whole squad to be rotating forward and not having the real estate. X7 misses a crucial shot, holding angles on the window, but 3 players have passed. And remember what I said about that bench angle? Maybe that would be a good one to hold. It sees nothing taken out, and they've been completely outmaneuvered. Just like MIBR had to save in a number of rounds, maybe ENCE do as well. Sergey had to land it. That's going to kill some time. Now, Aerial potentially has some high ground if he could play off of his teammates, but you can see the rest of ENCE are staying towards the A-bomb site. They don't really have the money. They have a combined $400 or 6 with Sunny's cash. They really need to hold on to all these weapons. But I think it's Sergey in the middle of mid. This is a dangerous position. Seems to be prioritizing the enemy's economy. Now with 3 players alive, they really do need to all survive so they can buy in the next round, and it'll go from 4 players living to 2. Was that worth it? I don't know that it was. They could have backed off and saved with a lot more. And now they've only got 2 players left and they're on eco, so I don't know about that one. I think if you have no money in the bank and you're on the CT side, you should be trying to hold on to what you have as opposed to taking away what your opponent has, especially being 3 rounds away from losing the map now. But that's my opinion, and maybe they feel different. Instead of 4 rifles, we've got 2 and a bunch of pistols. The money will be kept together once again, but again, this could have been a bigger... There could have been more weaponry here. Sorry, Dan. They are rushing out into the A-bomb site. And there's not so much to defend with.
Yeah, the balcony burst was a stroke of genius, I think, for MIBR. They found a gaping hole in the defense and they exploited it completely. And ENCE, they surely must let this one go again. They've got a big loss bonus, so they're going to have tons of money in the following rounds. So maybe they're going to try to do more here. Sunny going in with a deagle, looking for the next shots. Oh, that's not bad, is it? Sunny takes the head off of Fur. There's the smoke to Palace to really create some pressure. He's got a kid as well. They might not be able to exploit this. They're rushing forwards. They're rushing forward. Sunny's sticking it, and he's got it. Great play from Sunny, and the support even better from Alu as ENCE win a desperate round, a desperate situation with pots and pans. It was a half buy, but now they're one closer to equalizing.
Yeah, well, that's quite ridiculous, but respect. Sunny with a deagle. Who needs a rifle when you've got Sunny? That is quite something. Had a defuse kit. The right man for the job. The only man with a kit. They were lining up as well. That is such a nice shot from him. What a hold. That really was quite the battle round. And there's been a timeout from MIBR. They're still 1 round ahead. And the guys are chatting to each other, having some fun. But again, even though, I mean, that was a cool round from ENCE ultimately, but I do feel like they should have taken more rifles into that round in the first place. So you can't be outcome oriented. Despite the round win being good and being important, I still think that they missed a trick, in my opinion, on losing 2 rifles at the end of the round prior.
Well, they find themselves here in a pretty good position. And in terms of their loss bonus, I think they'll still be on 2 or 3. So it's not the end of the world if they lose this one. Obviously, it would suck, but there's still chances to win the match. But of course, the best chance is to win this round and get their momentum in their favor. Kianji with the Palace play. Again, another balcony burst is brewing here from MIBR. 3 players in this position. And, oh man, this will be quite shocking, won't it? I wonder if this is going to go this is going to go well or not. There's a nice catch from Ali, who's holding the angle. They can't get past the Palace doors. They'll try everything they can to get out, but Sergey's locking it down with the help of Alu. And the key has been swallowed. There's no way to get into that bomb site. They would need something much stronger.
Yeah, this is a rough spot. KNG with 12 HP, 2 versus 5. What a difference a deagle can make. And a defuse kit. Fallen his too. He's not been shot from short just yet. That's a really important frag, but he gets traded almost instantly. And there's only so much for KNG to do. He's got the money to do something if they chose to do that in the next round, but other than that, there is certainly damage to be done here. Looking for a curious CT to look into the mid position. He might just find it. Ali's starting to creep, and thought he might miss that one. Some hesitation, but he delivers the kill. 40 seconds. He doesn't have the bomb, but ENCE cannot afford to lose players like this. X7, $100. Sunny, $300. Need I say more? You can see it on your screen. The only man with cash is Alu for ENCE. The only men with cash really are the snipers for both sides, and KNG may look to hold on to this. He doesn't need a loss bonus with 6,800 in the bank, and ENCE really can't afford to be chasing him. So it will be a timeout victory for ENCE. And the score will be tied. It will be interesting to see what MIBR choose to do.
Yeah, there's definitely some interesting decisions to be made. Kanji's got so much cash in the bank that he can divvy out some guns for his teammates. He might have to drop a couple AKs, actually. I think that'd probably be optimal. There's one AK dropped. Will he drop? Actually, no, he dropped a Krieg. Will he drop anything else? There's another Krieg drop from Kanji. Very, very nice, very giving individual. And that'll be a full buy from MIBR. But they spent all the cash now. It's all on this one, I feel like, for both these teams. ENCE now have no loss bonus as well. So whoever wins this round has a huge advantage into winning the map.
13 apiece. Risks taken by ENCE in the mid position. Can't hold it forever though, because the underpass is a question. There isn't really all the cover in the world. You can see Alu holding an angle on it for now. So maybe they will stay the course, but it feels a little nervous. Alu doing 2 jobs at once. Okay, they'll switch things around. So Aerial will keep an eye on the lower area. Alu has to position himself very specifically. No one moving towards mid in either direction just yet. MIBR looking for some aggression. See them moving away from the mid area. And Lucas, he was holding for a while, but he couldn't find a frag versus Aerial. 5v4 for ENCE, starting well in round 27.
So waiting out the Molotov there needs to progress forwards so that the players at top mid can also combine. Maybe pop flash him in towards connector, or do we have a boost brewing? Because if we do, Alu's ready for this one. Will they have a flashbang in there, or will this they try to be covert? Looks like they may go for the boost to try to peek in towards jungle. There's no one there. Can walk out, as you can see. That's what Fur's doing. Now they make their way into the window position and start to wonder. They've obviously lost middle, but now there's a nice play from Alu, asking questions, and now desperation mode. Desperation has really been achieved by MIBR. They've got to start just sprinting forwards. They've got no time to check these positions thoroughly, and they've only got 3 players left.
X7 coming in from short is going to be a problem, but the smoke is up, and it's a crossfire for the CTs, and it just isn't time to respond to that. MIBR walk into the meat grinder, and it's 14-13 now for ENCE. MIBR, again, it's a weird situation. We saw it on train where there was a rush versus ENCE, which they weren't expecting, because you can't play for the overtime because there isn't overtime. So there may be an unusual force buy here from MIBR when, oh, they've gone for the half buy in fact. So again, it's something to focus on. It's interesting in a situation. Are you playing for the W? If you are, then you've got to go for a force buy in this run. Otherwise, it's 15-15 at best.
It's a very rough spot, isn't it? Pushing through those B apartments. They're just going to run in. Just running straight in. Sunny's there. X7's there. Now just Sunny. They take down X7, so it's looking better. And that's not too shabby from Kianji. It's a good shot. Alu, though. With that, AWP finds the wallbang onto Lucas. Things are looking very difficult now for MIBR. They'll get the bomb down, but they don't have much left to defend with.
Neither do ENCE. 2 versus 2. And MIBR have the post-plant positions. ENCE have some information and some utility. And there's a huge HE, which leaves Fallen with it all to do. Doesn't seem to know where the second CT is. Guesswork from him. The odd footstep, the scope. And Molotov's going to force him forward into the hands of Sergey. And it's match point for ENCE with some upgrades on the way.
Great recovery there. They're looking strong to take the map now. Bomb plant absolutely pivotal for the T side. Make sure that they have every single option available to them. We'll see between $5,000 and $6,000 for MIBR, and they're just playing for that draw now. It's not really good times, but again, what a beautiful spot to be in if you're ENCE, considering the fact that they had such a bad start yesterday. They lost their first map with a huge scoreline, and they then drew their second map. They need a win today.
Match point for ENCE. MIBR playing for a draw now. The Kriegs are out, the AWP is out, but ENCE seem to have taken their first half momentum into this second one. Taco moving very quickly. Flashbang support, and Sergey's taken out. That was pretty cool. Fur's in the mid position, so I would like to look back at that flashbang. 1 minute 30. 4 ENCE players remain. Sunny's got to be careful. I don't think he was spotted there. Oh, the reload. Who's going to punish whom? That smoke will soon be gone. Sunny's in the corner, but he's faster on the trigger finger. Aerial still in that mid position, but Taco's in the window, but he can't land a headshot. It's falling to pieces. Or is it?
Alu's there on default with that AWP. Fallen hits him quickly though, and now it's up to X7. There's a minute to go. Plenty of time to get across to that bomb site. Plenty of time to play X7 in this 2v1. And X7, he's going to speed things up. Goes for the peak. Lucas takes him out. And MIBR, they stay alive for now. They really caused some problems. ENCE, their money situation is pretty appalling. Alu had a 7k, so he can get all the bells and whistles with the AWP, but his teammates, nobody else had nearly as much as him. X7 is going to be the next best buy with an M4 and Kevlar, and that's it. There's no kit. Not a single kit here. Huge problems for ENCE. Huge problems. Risks need to be taken. They've got to find the win here. They must avoid more draws. They simply must. Kanji going deep very fast on the catwalk. Looking for a pick, and he might just be given one, but no. Alu in the right place at the right time with the AWP, but here comes the response from MIBR straight into the B-bomb site.
So far, so good. Sonny's been taken out, but Alu is finally here to respond. And Taco is the one to fall. Man advantage for ENCE on the retake. They've got some utility, mostly on Alu, but they don't have much in the name of rifles, and 3 of the 4 players are coming in from the market position. This has not been identified just yet by MIBR. That smoke will be very timely, though. We've got to have an eventual creep from Sergey with an AWP in that short position. I don't know who is showing to him. See him moving in with the Deagle. Time is of the essence. There's no defuse kit for these 4 players. Down goes Sergey. In come the CTs through the variants. Is there even time to defuse the bomb? If Fallen just stays alive and plays the bomb, never mind. It is going to be the draw. He gets the final frag there. 15-15. 21 frags for